So when we start class, every time we bow into the Budo, the band or the scroll, we bow in and we immediately start with Kihon Waza, right? Kihon Waza, it does intermix with all 7 traditions depending on what the teacher is trying to do that class. So of course, Tomoru, Tenjin-ryu, etc., whatever we're doing. But its primary focus is to start out with Kempo skills. So every time we bow in, you're always going to work on your Kempo just to get warmed up. Now I have a list of 10 things that I think damn near every student will make mistakes on these 10. And I want to go over these 10 because no one needs to do them. These are bad things. These are 10 mistakes that cannot happen when we're practicing our Kihon Waza to start class. I want to say this though, these 10 things are attached to the Kihon Waza. They are not attached to fighting. They're not attached to sparring, because when you're fighting, you're sparring, things change. And when things change, you have to change. Everything, you have to adapt everything. You cannot just say, this is the law and I'm going to stick to it, because then your ass is going to get whipped. You have to be able to improvise and change constantly. But when we're doing Kihon Waza, I'm looking for basic skills. I want you guys to have a foundation of basic skills. And these 10 mistakes keep the practitioner in the Budo from developing sound, foundation, basic skills. The first one is don't move your head, keep your eyes on the target. If I'm looking at the camera right now, when I'm doing my strikes, boom, boom, I want to make my strikes. I don't want to move my head like this, or maybe I'm looking this way, or maybe I'm looking down, and I'm doing it like, you catch what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm moving this way, or like this, or because people sometimes are thinking about schoolwork, they're thinking about their job, they're thinking about their family, they're not thinking about what they're doing. But when you do that, if you're not keeping your eyes focused on whatever's in front of you, you're not focused on your training. So if you're not going to focus on the training, don't get pissed off when you get your ass whooped, because you're going to fight like you train, okay? So whenever you guys are online here in the Hanbu, maybe you look at a picture that's right in front of you, keep your eyes on that picture the whole time, and then always focus on doing the technique. Always look at what you're doing the whole time. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, return to point of origin. Wherever you're at, you get back to that in the same path. So if I do a punch, we don't do this. If this is my point of origin, I get back to it. So Kazami Gyaku, here, pull back, here, come back to point of origin. This is not point of origin. Boom. So I put my hands like that, I'll hit and I'll drop, hit and I drop and come back. People do it all the time, even on bag work. They'll hit, drop, and then come back. That's incorrect. Straight out, straight back. The quickest thing between 2 objects is a straight line. If someone's attacking you, the reality is they're bigger, they're stronger, they have a tactical advantage. So why would you want to do something that makes you slower and less pragmatic and efficient against an attack? Against someone who's bigger, stronger, and has a tactical advantage. It doesn't make sense. And I know you guys are on the line doing line drills, but goddamn, the way that you do it on the line is the way you're going to do it out there. So when you're here, if I'm looking at my target, make sure that it's boom, 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 back in, pop, pop, not boom, boom, no, that's what we're doing it, okay? Next one, pivot on the back foot on all backside waza. So anytime you do something with the back foot, pivot. Usually I always say on Kazami, Gyaku, turn the hip, point the toe, come through. Of course, that's the example. Or if we're doing like Kagi and then Ura. So Ura, I move the hip and I come through. That is true. Everyone knows that. Most people still fuck that up, but most people know anytime we punch, right, you're moving the hip. You pivot on the back side with any backside waza. But where most people never do it, even advanced students, they don't ever do it with kicks. And I don't understand. So they'll go like this. If I go Kazami Gyaku and then Kazami Gyaku Kokomi. So Kazami Gyaku, they'll do this. Boom, pivot, boom. See, I'm pivoting on the back foot with the back waza. Boom, boom. But then when I say do Kazami Gyaku Kokomi, this is what they do. Boom, boom, boom. They don't pivot. They don't move that damn hip until they kick. It should be 1, pivot, boom, and then that gives them the hips to the direction to do the kick that they need to do. So you need to pivot the back foot on all backside waza, including the kick. Even if I'm doing mawashi, 1, pivot, 2, bring the knee up, and then come through. You need to pivot anytime you're doing that backside waza. Never drop your hands in Kihon. People get tired and they put their hands here like this. I know it looks cool. Bruce Lee does it. Jean-Claude Van Damme does it. Batman did it against Bane, right? And he's doing this shit. You don't fight like that. No one wants to punch you in your nipples. I promise. They want to beat you in your head. They're going to punch you in your throat. They don't give a shit about punching you in the chest. It isn't a cute little Taekwondo tournament where you wear a nice little padded vest and someone can score points on you, and if they score enough points, they get your wallet or purse. That ain't the way a street attack's going to happen. They're just going to whoop your ass, right? So keeping your hands like this, keeping them down, is not smart. We don't want to put them where it obstructs vision either. So you do get this concept of I don't want them by the head, because now this obstructs my peripheral vision. So if there's multiple attackers coming, I need to see that. That's why when you look at like your Zen Kutsadachi, here's your chin line. So my hands are equivalent to the chin. Or even if we're doing Chudan no Kamae in Kokudo Kempo, this hand is a fist on the back side of the heart, this hand is straight out. Right? Zen Kutsadachi, Chudan no Kamae. Either way, whether you're in Zen Kutsadachi or Chudan no Kamae, the heel needs to be up. We cannot have heels flat when you're in a fighting stance. Knee to hip on all Giri Waza. If you're kicking, don't do this, right? And don't swing your knee out and then in. All of your kicks need to get to where the knot of your obi is. If I'm going to do Kokomi, that knee comes to the obi, and then I kick from there, right? If I'm doing Mawashi, my knee comes to here, and then I kick from there, right? If I'm doing Mawashi Hitsudagiri, the knee comes to the obi, and then it comes to there. We do not swing the leg, right? Okay. Do not lean forward on striking. It's the next one. Don't do this. We're here, and then we lean forward and all of our weight's on the front leg. You know, see I did that? That's not correct. You move forward, remember it's mei-ash and it's step slide. So if I need to move forward, I step, you can call it step slide, step drag, shuffle slide. You can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, but make sure that it's a step and then you slide. Or step drag, whatever the hell words you guys want to use. But if I'm moving forward, I'm step and I slide. If I move back, I step and I slide. Step slide, okay? So don't go boom, boom, and then lean forward like that. If I need to move forward, step slide. Use correct footwork because then you're not losing balance. I know this sounds so stupid, but it's the honest to God truth, guys. The one who gets their ass kicked is the one that's in the bad position. So if you're off balance, you're in a bad position. The chances of you getting your ass kicked is very probable. So don't bust your own ass by losing your own balance doing a damn attack. Stay in proper kamae and use proper footwork. The next one, only chamber hand in Zanshin. I'm gonna dumb it down. Anytime you guys do a technique, whatever we're doing in Ikata, I tell you guys to cross cover out. When you guys cross cover, that's called Zanshin. Zanshin means remaining mind. If you're doing a throw, if I do a goshi, I come in, I throw them down. Once you do the throw, you get your hand cocked. And it's chambered because I just did the waza. I finished them, I put them on their ass, and now my hand is here. You only put your hand here, you only chamber after you've done the technique. You do not chamber if you've not already done the damn thing. If you're not in Zanshin, you don't chamber. It's ridiculous to be here, and then I have to chamber my hand to throw it. Why would I want to be here and then chamber and then throw? If I'm here, I just want to throw the damn punch. I don't need to chamber shit. So a lot of times you'll see people here and then they'll like, what's that thing called? You pull it back and throw like a slingshot. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're here and then you see, catch what I'm doing, they'll pull it back and then punch. We don't want to do that. Point of origin, get in position, and then, you know, catch what I mean? Right, okay. Never leave kamae and kihon. Whatever kamae you're in to start each individual technique, stay in it, right? So if we're striking here, if you're doing kicks and you're in, if I say kegagiri, we don't usually talk about kamae, because I figure you guys get it. But if I'm doing kazami gaku, well, naturally you're in zenkutsurachi. Boom, boom. If I say, okay guys, kegagiri, tap yokogiri, when I'm in kokutsurachi. So stay in kokutsurachi, you know, kega, yoko, when I'm in kokutsurachi. You see what I mean? Whatever kamae you're doing to start that particular combination or technique, you stay in that damn kamae. Because that kamae is your shield. The next one, do not show your Shimizu until the attack. We've talked about this to death, so just because the camera's running, it's going to be brief. This line is what MMA does. I mean, kickboxing does this, MMA does this, boxing does this, wrestlers do this. I don't give a shit where it's from, what martial art it is. This middle meridian is what they're going to show in a sport competition because it's the strength box. You bench press here, bend over row here, triceps, biceps, whatever, right? Everything is here. So if I point where I'm the strongest at you, I can put my strength on you. The flip side of that is this is everything anybody wants to do on the street. They want your eyes, your throat, your heart, your stomach. They want your guys to sack. They want to punch you, kick your knees in. This middle meridian is what they want on the street, and on the street they can take it. In a sport competition, I can stand like this in Muay Thai because they're not going to kick someone in the groin. They're not punching me in the throat. They're not gouging my eyes. Right? In a karate tournament, I can stand like fucking Taekwondo. That's why you see them turn around like this and do that, because you can't hit them in their kidneys. You can't elbow them in the back of the fucking spine. That's not a point. It's a disqualification if you do the shit. So they do things like that because it fits their competition. We don't show that damn Shimizu until the moment of impact. So if I'm here, my Shimitsu's here, I'm in Kamae, only at the point when I make my attack, there's my strength box. Now I pull it away. I throw my punch, I pull it back. I do not show Shimizu to the opponent or to the target until I make the attack, and then I take it right back away, right? So that's what that is. The last one is do not shorten any movements. This is something that you can't do it in practice. You're gonna have to do it when you fight. You're gonna have to do it when you do certain things. Of course, kata, fighting, training with different people. But when you're doing something in the air, there's no resistance. You do not shorten your movements. If I say throw a back fist, if we're doing urakenuch, then I want you guys to throw the damn urakenuch. I don't want this. You know, or that. Don't shorten it. Don't kick like this. Put the damn thing out there, you know? Put the leg out there. Kazami, Yaku, put it out there. I'm saying extend. I'm not saying hyperextend. There's a difference. You need to know your body. People think, well, if I throw my arm way out there like this, I'm going to hyperextend my arm. Well, my comment back is, well, then don't be a dumbass. You know what I mean? If I told you right now, straighten out your arm, every one of you guys would go like this. If I say, okay, now hyperextend your arm, every one of you guys would go like this. I find it just stupid that when I say extend your arm, they immediately think, well, I don't want to hyperextend my arm. Well, then don't hyperextend the goddamn arm. Extend the arm. Know your body. Don't be a dumbass. Extend it all the way. We want full range of motion. I want you guys to be strong through a full range of motion. It's like we see most of these guys in class, and I say guys even though, you know what I mean? Because these dudes will do this. You don't. But some of the dudes do. They do push-ups. Like, imagine me on the ground, I'm going to do push-ups. They go like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine I'm on the ground, and I'm going, they're just doing push-ups, what we call prison push-ups. They're doing prison push-ups. They're pushing themselves 3 inches off the ground. They're not straightening their arms out. They're sure as shit ain't touching their chest 1, touching their chest 2, touching their chest 3. No, what they're doing is they're down here, and they're going like this, 3 inches. 30, 40 push-ups like that. That's what you see a lot with the guys pushing. Most of the girls don't have the upper body strength to do full push-ups, so usually they're top end down. They're like this, and they're doing these little push-ups like this, and the dudes are usually at the ground, they're doing little push-ups like this. I don't know that there's really a word for these little push-ups like this, other than when you just can't do push-ups. But when you're on the bottom end and you're cranking them out like you're a badass, those are called prison push-ups. Now, my question to you guys that do that is, why would you want to develop the only push-ups are made to be able to have power to push someone back? If you look at our 7, our basic 7, right? And of course this would be the number, all this is don't shorten any movement. But if you look at our 7, all of them focus on 2 things of the human body. Slow twitch muscle fibers, which is power, horsepower, fast twitch muscle fibers, which is speed and quickness, right? So if I need to push someone off of me, that would be a push-up. But then your fast twitch muscle fibers would be a plyometric push-up, where you're exploding off the ground. You could squat, or we do jump squats, right? You could do sit-ups, or you could do bridge with knees. So when you look at everything that we do, all the muscle groups that are used in the basic 7, one exercise is for the slow twitch muscle fibers to help build strength. And the other one, or slow twitch, and the other one's to build fast twitch muscle fibers for speed and quickness. If you only do push-ups like this, where I'm going to go down to the ground, and then I'm going to go this prison push-up stuff, how do you push someone off of your chest then? When they're laying on your goddamn chest, how are you going to push them off? When by the time you get here, you got no strength. You got nothing. Because you're so used to shortening the goddamn movement. You don't have full range of motion. So we want to make sure we do not shorten any movements in Kihon. That isn't just punching and kicking. It's the goddamn workout and exercise too. Okay?